Adante, good morning to you. This case, it's just every day there is more and more of this crazy testimony about the wacky religion that these people, this circle of friends for Lori and Chad, they were all in on it. And it obviously turned deadly. What's your take on this case, where we're at, and the case against Lori? Because frankly, there's been a lot of evidence that ties Alex Cox to these murders and Chad Daybell on some level. Maybe not as much for Lori. Is the prosecution in a good spot in your estimation as we get to the close of their case?
Well, the prosecution has definitely done a great job in highlighting and showcasing the wackiness, if you will, of this religion and its demonic kind of ultimate payoff as it relates to the way in which it's being practiced by the people who are following it. I think the prosecution does have an issue as it relates to tying Lori in. However, that testimony by the husband certainly makes it sound like there's some premeditation here going on and coordination and conspiracy, if you will, between Lori and her husband, Chad. Because what you have is they're predicting what's going to take place. Even though they didn't say it in specific terms, we now know it was the tragic, horrific, and just horrendous death of her children. So I think that might be enough. But I have to tell you, there's a principle we all understand and we learn early: guilty by association. That doesn't mean that holds up necessarily in court, but jurors are people, they're human, they have emotions. And it's the type of testimony that when you kind of pile on and pile on and pile on, and then you have testimony coming in saying that she's actually predicting essentially the tragic death of her children, guilt by association, and on top of that, conspiracy and ultimately premeditation.
There's this element of people being brainwashed, and one wonders, was Lori the washer or a washee in this scenario? Was Chad running the show, or was it her? Was it both of them? Yesterday on the stand, Ian Pawlowski talked about the fact that, anything that would happen in this circle, in this world, they would do these blessings, or they just, let's have a blessing and wash away the evil, and Satan has been wrapped like a taco, says Lori. It's crazy when you hear it, but when you're in the middle of it, for these people, they were buying it hook, line, and sinker.